Hey everyone out there in real estate world, this is Jordan May. I'm an attorney with Frascona, Joyner, Goodman & Greenstein, and I wanted to talk to you about a new law that's sitting on Governor Polis's desk right now, today. Today is April 9th, 2026. The new law, which we hope he signs, is SB 2654. And SB 2654 will address security deposit limitations on post-closing occupancy agreements. And let me just give you a little bit of background to explain why this is important for us in real estate world here in Colorado. So first, Colorado has a statute that caps or limits tenant-paid security deposits at 2 times the rent, or 2 months rent. So a security deposit may not be more than 2 months rent. And so we've lived under that security deposit statute for a few years now. Also, as Colorado real estate brokers know, the state publishes a form referred to as a PCOA, or a Post Closing Occupancy Agreement, whereby a seller can reside in a property for up to 60 days after closing on the sale of their home. And this is a document that's negotiated hopefully on the front end of a real estate transaction. And oftentimes in these transactions, the brokers and the seller will not want the seller to pay rent, but will want the seller to pay a security deposit. And of course, that will guarantee that new buyer, post-closing, that they have some money to deal with potential problems or damage or bills that were incurred or conducted by the seller in that post-closing occupancy period. Well, we've lived under a system whereby we can't have a PCOA that has a 0 rent, but has a seller paying a security deposit, because that is prohibited by our tenant landlord statutes. Well, 2654, SB 2654 fixes that problem by excluding PCOAs, by excluding post-closing occupancy agreements from the tenant landlord statute that caps security deposits. So once Governor Polis signs the bill and it becomes law, effective January 1st, 2027, we can all of a sudden have transactions where we have a PCOA, that's a post-closing occupancy agreement, and the seller occupies the property for some period of time, less than 60 days after closing, where the seller still pays $0 in rent for that period, but does pay a security deposit. Previously, that's been prohibited. The Division of Real Estate has told us that there's nothing that says it's excluded, that PCOAs are excluded from the tenant landlord security deposit cap. And so traditionally, PCOAs have been governed by the statute capping security deposits in Colorado. Once SB 2654 is signed by Governor Polis, that will no longer be the case. We will have security deposits, we will have PCOAs with a 0 security deposit, and we will have PCOAs with no rent, a 0 rent or a very low rent, but a higher security deposit. That will be something we can do after January 1st of 2027, as long as Governor Polis signs the bill, which we expect in the next few days. And so stay tuned for more updates, but that's a relevant update I wanted real estate brokers and real estate investors and everyone out there in Colorado real estate world to know about. Thanks. See you around.